So, have any of you ever had one of those days where you watched the epitome of averageness? Something that had potential to be better than it was, but was kneecapped by stuff? How about you, Di?
Yeah, it's just like something that's kneecapped by people focusing on animation rather than a storyline.
I don't think that was the big issue here. The big issue, I
That
mean,
was
that's
the one
part
with
of it.
the issue.
Storyline and setup were fine, if not weird. It's... You'll see. Okay, so... Yeah, welcome back to Dubster. Show you about an English dove said something blah blah. You all know by now, I'd hope. And we're covering something quick and easy because felt like being lazy this week. Bubble, Studio Wit's newest anime movie project. You all know Wit, right? People behind Spy X Family, Ranking of Kings, Attack on Titan, Vinland Saga before those were stolen by Mappa. Yeah, everyone knows Wit. Oh, so why are they so deep in debt? What the hell did they do?
I don't know.
Well, Bubble, give a taste the bubbly! I had to. Come on, Di. It's a movie that was directed by, Tetsuro Araki, who's directed the Death Note anime, Attack on Titan Seasons 1 through 3, and written by Gen Orobuchi, Jesus, these names, who wrote Psycho-Pass and Monica Magica, and the OST was done by Hiroyuki Sawano. You know, Kill la Kill, and Seven Deadly Sins, and Attack on Titan-kun. Yeah, needless to say, they had a bunch of A-listers on here, but... definitely should not have been a movie, guys. This really needed to be a 12-episode anime. Anyway, the movie would premiere in April of this year on Netflix, and obviously the dub would be along with it. So what is Bubble? Di, have you ever heard of the bubble fall phenomenon?
No. What's that? Is it like Titanfall?
Okay, so the bubble fall phenomenon... Bubbles fell from the sky. They were massive. They encased cities and fucked them up. It nuked
Just a city.
Yeah, kind of nuked Tokyo and ruined Tokyo. Because Japan is a fetish for having Tokyo get destroyed. No, I'm serious. At Guilty Gear, what's the first place the gears attack? Oh, it's Tokyo, Japan. Like, come on. Find a bunch more examples. But anyways, so... yeah. Meanwhile, in this new world where Tokyo is fucked, a bunch of teenagers decided to go there to play parkour games where they use the terrain to parkour and shit and compete in teams of 5 versus 5. Because anime, just shut up and roll with the premise. Come on. Don't take it too seriously. And our main character is part of the Blue Blazons. His name is Hibiki, and he's emo. No, seriously, that's basically his thing in the beginning. He's edgy, broody, and emo because his family was murked in the bubble or something. Because he's Batman.
Bubbles killed his family. They'll never do it again.
Can you imagine that? Hey, my family said, what killed them? Bubbles.
What?
And he's drawn to the tower that's in Tokyo, because it's one of the things still have standing, because he hears a song coming from there. Upon climbing up it, he nearly falls and is saved by a strange girl.
No, she's saved by a bubble, who turns into a strange girl.
Yeah, it's... again, just roll with the drugs, guys. And she could barely talk for the first half of the movie, so it's like high school girl. And her name is Uta. She seems to really be good at parkour too, so she joins their team, and Hibiki starts opening up to her, realizing, I can live with you now. This development feels completely natural. It really doesn't, because again, this needed to happen over the course of more... yeah. Anyways, yeah. So, Hibiki and Uta are two mains. It's a pseudo-romance set in a post-apocalyptic Wit Studio world, because it's Wit Studio, and that's all they seem to do, is that. which is why Spy X Family feels so weird.
Bring back the Terminator idols.
And I guess that's the basic premise. We'll get to the other characters we introduced them. So the dub was dubbed out of Bang Zoom, and okay, the dub for me at least, just like the movie, it's average and adequate. Honestly, if you hear any of these people in this movie, it's not going to bring out the best in them. It's just okay, it's serviceable.
Not like there's not much to work with in this movie.
The ADR director is Eric P. Sherman, who did Road Rurouni Kenshin and Samurai Champloo, with the scriptwriter being Jalen K. Castle, who we've also is on this cast list. The dick.
You roboted a little there, but nothing too bad.
Yeah, so Jalen K. Castle, scriptwriter, and also on the cast list. That's it. Joke continues. It's the meme. First, we have Hibiki, the emo extraordinaire who's great at parkour. Voiced by Zach Aguilar, the alligator. You all know. Yep. Aether from Genshin, Genos from One Punch Man, Tanjiro from Demon Slayer. And, man, if you had to pick an MVP for the dub, he's fine here. The end scene with him and Uta, our main female, is fine, I guess. Probably would have worked better if there were more time, man.
Time with a Y.
So, he's alright, I guess. Hearing him play emos is a bit different, though. Normally you hear him play the, you know, Windblade! Tanjiro types. After him, we have Uta, who's mute for half the movie and goes, That'd be an interesting stream, wouldn't it? Just go, at everything. But she starts learning how to talk slowly as caveman speak, and then by the end talking normally. Again, would have made sense for you all get the idea. Maybe she could have been, you know, normal for the first like 4 episodes, then in the second 4 caveman speak, and in the last 4 talk normally. Well, she's voiced by Emmy Lowe, who you don't know as 8 billion people in the last 8 months. But for simplicity's sake, Mistress Kate from Shadow's House. When does a season 2 die? Minami from Irregular Magic High School, and Rena from Higurashi, the new dub that isn't great. Fuck you, Studio Nanako. And she's fine, I guess. Not really anything to complain about. Yeah, and her scene with Hibiki at the end works. After her, we have Makoto, who's scientist of the group, I guess. She's studying the bubble fall phenomenon and also gives exposition. And she's voiced by Erica Lindbeck, which I'm sure every one of you have heard by this point. Even if you don't know her by name, you've heard her.
You've played FF7 Remake. Don't lie.
Ha! You roboted! But yes, you said FF7 Remake. She's Jessie. She's also Best Girl Futaba in Persona 5.
I think it's just PSN at this point.
Luckily, there's going to be a shorter one because there's not that many people to go over. She's Daki in Demon Slayer. You know, the one that a different country put pants on.
Oh, you allow me to draw you off with my pants.
Eric Lindbeck does okay. And it's alright. After her, we have Sheen, who is, I guess, the captain of the ship they're staying on as they traverse Tokyo. He's voiced by Keith Silverstein, or Steen, depending on your persuasion. Zhongli from Genshin, Zack from DOA, and Zoslamel from Soul Calibur, because apparently Keith is the go-to to voice a bunch of black characters in fighting games.
Yes.
I think he does alright too. He comes across as the mentor figure decently. So, as far as everyone else, well, they could be summed up in just 1 or 2 traits. So first we have Kai, Robbie Damon. You all know him. Catchy from Persona 5, Megami from Jujutsu Kaisen. You know Robbie Damon role? Well, congrats, you know Kai. Just angsty member of the team. That's it. Unless you have something else to add about him.
Yes.
Next, you have Usagi, who's voiced by Laura Stahl. Iruma from Welcome to Demon School, Iruma-kun, and Barbara from Genshin Impact, as well as the one whose name I can't remember, the one with the silly southern accent. Thank you. Anyway, yeah, Usagi, Shota, who's young, impulsive, and reckless. That's his whole character. That's it. After him, we have Osawa, Jalen K. Castle, the script person, Okuyasu from JoJo, and Kiyoshi from Kuroko's Basketball. His thing is... Actually, I don't even know what the hell his thing is.
I barely remember him saying more than 2 lines.
These are all on the main cast list, guys. Just like the last member of their team, Asasaki, voiced by Landon McDonald, assistant from Magical Senpai, and Shun from Rent-a-Girlfriend. Hey, that has a season 2 also. Everyone's getting a waifu this season. And
we're getting our hookers and cocks.
Exactly. His thing is being friends with Kai, and that's basically it. He just hangs out with him.
Existing.
Well, let's check out the other teams, alright? We're just gonna name off their captains, even though they have team members too with voice actors, but fuck that shit. They're barely here. First, we have the Denki Ninja. Their leader is voiced by Kyle McCarley, Dark Schneider from the Bastard remake. Oh, trust me, we're gonna get to that one. Fuck you, Netflix. I know what you did. And Mob Psycho, or Mob from Mob Psycho. I can't wait for season 3 of that, by the way. And... I mean, he fights them in the beginning of the movie, and then in the epilogue, proving that...
Did you say season 2?
No, I said 3.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, so he seems to be the rival for them with how often they fight him, but again, don't really get much, so...
He has as many lines as the scriptwriter.
Yeah, just like the next gang, the Mad Lobsters. Who's voiced by Chris J. Alex, someone I don't think we've ever covered here before.
Now we have, crossed it off the list.
Orgus from Gundam Seed's redub, and Lord Burrows from One Punch Man. Again, he gets mad when people get his team name wrong. That's it.
That's more than the other 2 we just covered.
Yeah, so, like they call him the crawfishes or the hermit crabs, he gets pissy. And the last one, this one actually does get a little more to work with, to be fair, the Undertakers. Yeah, the Undertaker. Their leader is voiced by Christina V, Darkness from Konosuba, and Koturi from Love Live, the old one. I don't know sure if
an AI program talking for them, voiced by Christina V.
Yep. So, if you want to hear Christina V voice a toaster talking like this is the movie for you. And, yeah, she's the first, I guess, major antag for the 2/3 of the movie, kind of.
Maybe.
Close you're gonna get. She kidnaps a team member from the Blue Blazes and, yeah, forces them to compete against her.
Blazing it.
Yeah, just like Def Jam. As far as everyone else, I mean, you get Alex Lee and KG Tang and a couple of other cool people, I guess, but they're not worth mentioning either.
Ad voices.
Yeah, it says like, oh, this is Undertaker's member 1, and Lord Lobster or whatever the fuck, Mob Lobster thing, number 2. Lobster? Yeah, whatever the hell their name was. I just said it a minute ago. But, yeah, this stuff, like I said, is just average. I mean, for one thing, there's a moment where Uta is singing, and it's just, la 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 la, and it's not dubbed. It's not even licensed, it's just la-laing repeatedly, and it's not dubbed.
Even though it was another time when it happened?
It's really strange.
Consistency is needed.
Also, Shota Hibiki in a flashback, who's voiced by Genie Torado, Sara from Genshin. I don't know, dude. Her delivery sounded really off to me, which this was down to directing. I know it was 100%, but if you go listen to it, because I went back and listened to it, her line delivery was just delivered really off. It honestly, this movie reeks of the dub in particular reeks of being rushed to meet a Netflix deadline. Because it's not an awful dub. It's not like fucking platinum and not even close. It's just okay. It's okay enough to work.
The movie or the dub?
Yes. Especially with the movie, suddenly in the climax, I guess the last like 15 minutes, being like, oh, this is what the bubbles are, where they came from, how they work, and everything. Oh, and we're gonna get Little Mermaid shit on you too, because we've been teasing like that throughout the whole movie, which, no, they have this whole shit with Uta being related to the Little Mermaid. It's a little ham-fisted at times.
A little.
Yeah. If you've seen The Little Mermaid, you'll know immediately what I'm talking about with what they go for, because they're not even fucking subtle about it. It's about as subtle as a kick in the nuts. So yeah, this movie's, I guess, like a solid 6 out of 10. It's one of those things where you could tell the staff on board, like they had the writer and director had like an interesting premise, and as you said, the animation's really good, right? Which it fucking better be.
Yeah.
And the OST is what you'd expect from Hiroyuki Sawano.
Yeah. It's like they got too caught up in being like, we have a movie budget now. Let's just go all in on this animation. Fuck everything else. We'll just do it as we go. Is what
That's
it feels like.
possible. It's like they came up with the premise and not much else. Or more than likely, what my theory is they had an idea for a full season of an anime original, you know, like Vivi Fluorite from last year.
Yeah.
And someone higher up said, hey guys, so Demon Slayer, that movie made a lot of money, and, you know, we want to make some money, so why don't we make a movie?
Seems like the only idea they had was parkour.
Yeah, parkour and the whole bubble phenomenon thing. Because it's like, it's weird, it's different. I think maybe if this were fleshed out more in a full... Like you hear it all
how do we get the wall from AOT? Let's have them trapped in a bubble!
Yeah. So, if you guys want to watch it, I'd say go for it. There's worse ways to kill an hour and a half.
An hour and a half to kill. You could do worse things with that.
Yeah, and again, if you're in it for the spectacle, just looking at really, really, I guess, gorgeous animation, then you won't be disappointed. If you just want to turn your brain off and look at cool scenery and shit. This is one of those where I could, because I'm sure Toei aren't the only ones who do the film rewrites, where when a movie comes out and they're like, you know, we could make this into a season in a couple of years. I could see them potentially doing this with Bubble and it turning out a lot better.
Probably.
So who knows? If they do that, we'll be back here covering it again. But guess that's really it. Not much else to say.
Another fucking bubble.
Dude, it's so dumb. When I was pulling up stuff on this, it said Bubble is a Netflix property, not to be confused with The Bubble, another Netflix property, which are completely unrelated, because apparently both of them came out at the same time on Netflix, or around the same time. It just made it look really fucking stupid.
No relation.
Don't mean to burst your bubble, but this movie's just average. Do you have any more bubble puns before we get out of here?
No, you popped the last one.
Well, you know what? Next time, all going well. It's my birthday pick, and I already know what we're watching.
Oh no.
If you want, I can punize it for you.
That would be even worse, so go ahead.
Alright, next time we're going Berserk from 1997. No, I'm not covering 2016, fuck you all. That's literally Knights of the Zodiac of Berserk. You all know what I mean by that.
Which is why he'll cover it eventually.
No, that is the one I will not do. Nope. But join us next time for that. Yes.
You picked the Gilgamesh too soon, guys.
Hope you all have a great day. Zach Aguilar and Emmy Lowe win MVPs, I guess. Eric Lindbeck and Keith are also pretty good. I can't say much about the others because those characters didn't do shit. Alright. Hope you have a great day. See y'all next time. Bye! Burst your bubble.